Welcome back to the One Step Journey podcast, episode 31.
31, we are here.
We are here, and we have a new season. Kicking off season 3. Let's go.
Season 3.
Let's go. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in, taking another step with us here today on our journey, your journey, whatever journey you are on in life.
Whatever journey you're on.
You
Thank
showed
you so
up.
much for tuning in.
Thank you guys so much.
We got a good one.
We have a great one.
Why are we feeling so good right now? Energy is through the roof. Talk to us. What did we just do?
7 cups of coffee.
48 cups of coffee
kidding.
already. It is what? 11:52.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've had a liter of cold brew.
I know. All jokes aside, we just hit the cold tub.
Yep.
First time together.
At the
new spot.
You've been doing this.
Yes.
First Cold Tub Chronicles at the new house.
Yeah.
My first one of this now new end of 2024 season.
Yeah. The winter arc.
The winter arc. Feeling so good. I
Yeah.
forgot about the benefits, the clarity, the focus, the energy. Like, this is crazy. I feel like I've had 7 cups of coffee.
You feel sharp. Yeah.
I feel the listeners know that they feel a different energy.
There's a different vibe
a little bit of
today.
a different energy and vibe on this one for sure.
Whole 9. But yes, we did that. We're back, baby, and it's great, man. I mean, we don't even need to put ice in there because you let Mother Nature.
I mean, it was
run its
42
course.
degrees out there when we were doing it.
I wonder how cold the water was.
Yeah, definitely probably below 50.
Yeah, for sure.
Realistically, probably upper 40s, which is still cold.
It's cold, yeah.
Because I can't remember exactly what the parameters are on what's considered a cold tub. I think it's anything below 55.
I think it's like 50.
Or maybe even like 60.
Might be 50, yeah. I think you're
58,
right.
60.
I think you're right, if I remember correctly. So
all I know is it was cold.
It was cold.
First one of the year always after about 8 or 9 months away from it. It takes your breath away so quick.
Yeah.
We have an amazing episode kicking off season 3.
Yes.
Right? Talk to us.
We're here. A really popular topic. I mean,
It's a very popular topic.
We've maybe pondered this topic a little bit, dabbled a little bit here, but it's all about relationships. It's interesting.
Sticky relationships.
Was
probably one of the most popular episodes of the Boys for Life segment in that first 40.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's fun to talk about different experiences.
Yes.
I love it.
The whole 9. And it's interesting because people love relationships.
Yeah.
I think it's important, right? We're about relationships, we're about friendships, we're about connections.
Yeah.
But this is more of a romantic relationship side of things is what we're going to be talking a little bit about today. Maybe from own experiences, things that we've noticed, what are some things that we're seeing as we get a little bit older.
Yeah.
And I'm engaged in the dating world. Yeah. There's a lot of nuances.
You're
and
engaged.
experience.
I'm chronically single. It's like there's 2 different dynamics. So like it's amazing.
It goes well today.
It goes well today.
We
it
get
goes
to hear
well.
2 different vantage points here, which I love. So,
I know
we have a lot to talk about today, Kepi. So, I know we have a kind of a little checklist that we want to just cover a couple of topics, man. So
100%.
I'm curious, right, for you. You're going on a first date.
Shoot.
Right? You're on a first date. You're going into it. This is a big topic of discussion. Who pays the first date?
Who pays on the first date? Honestly, just the way that I was raised, I think that the guy should pay always on the first date, no matter what. Even if the girl instigates it or it's my idea to go on the date. I know some people have the mindset of like whoever like plans the date or like instigates it should pay, but I just think the gentleman should always pay on the first one, no matter what.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Sure.
Why do you think that though? The person who instigates it, they should maybe be in. Let's say the women.
Like let's say that the girl like really wanted to go out on the date and she's like, oh my gosh, like we have to go here or whatever. I mean, like it's kind of like your idea, you know what I mean? So like, is it like you got me? Is it your treat type thing? But like, no, I think that the man should always pay on the first date.
Yeah.
Why? I don't really know. I just think that's always kind of how it's been. That's how I was raised. That's just been the norm. That's just something I stand by for sure. What about you?
No, I agree. I mean, I've always been raised that way too.
So Tina didn't pay for the first 10 dates?
No.
Okay.
No. No. She paid for. I don't even. We did go half and a. I think. Well, because we also got to a point where we were starting to gel, and actually our relationship was
and like jive and everything,
was progressing. Yeah. So I think when it gets to that point, it's you have those conversations, and it's I mean, if they want to pay, great, or split, however you want to go about it, right? But the first date always.
So let me piggyback off of that. At what point, date number 4, 5, 6, 7, is it okay to like maybe go halves on it, right? This is maybe let's say after 8 or 9 dates, it's been a couple months, you guys are getting serious, and it's becoming like, okay, like we're just hanging out, we're just going on dates. When does it get to the point where it's okay to like go halves on something?
Great question.
Or let her you guys run to Portillo's or something, and then maybe she pays for the couple burgers and fries this time.
Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily would put like a date number.
Yeah.
I would say it's more of a feeling and vibe, right? Because it depends. Like, think about it. There's people who have gotten engaged within 6 months, 2 months, a year, 2 years, 3. I mean, it all depends on kind of how you progress and gel. So I would say it depends on how much you trust the individual, where if you guys are compatible, or kind of taking those right steps, or open lines of communication that you guys are getting to that point. Yeah. Maybe it's date 3, maybe it's date 9, maybe it's date 8. At least from my vantage point. Yeah. That's what I feel. I feel like
I think that's fair.
That's how it was too, I think, with us.
It's kind of a case-by-case basis, you know what I mean? Kind of like what you were saying, feeling the energy, just being able to kind of tell where it's going. And then if she's like, hey, like, I'll get the Portillo's, like, or go get some late-night snacks at Target for the movies or whatever. But, like, 100%.
Yeah. Is that kind of the same with you?
I agree. Kind of agree. Just kind of based off the feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's all about that feeling and kind of just progressing and getting to know one another too. So it's just a lot of times you have to trust your gut.
You have to trust the gut.
But it's hard to trust sometimes within dating in today's world. And we'll definitely talk a little bit about that as we progress here.
You're dangling the carrot. So the second question here, right, which is absolutely the biggest question in 2024, almost 2025. Can you find the one online? Online dating.
Can you find the one online dating? You can.
I was gonna say it. I think the short answer is yes, because you guys met online and you're getting married in 210 days.
Yeah, 210 days. Yeah.
210 days. When this comes out, it'll be what, 208 or 207?
Give or take.
Because it comes out on Tuesday about 3. Yeah.
The answer is yes. You can, and I do feel there is a big shift with online dating now in today's society than there was maybe 5-6 years ago. Yeah. Right. I do feel there's a lot. I don't know. It's just I don't know what the shift is, why the shift is. I don't know if it was because of COVID or I don't know. Maybe that's why it was. But I mean, online dating is the thing.
It is the thing.
But I know a lot of people. One of my good friends, Matt, and his wife Katie had met on Bumble as well. They met on Bumble too, right?
So maybe that's the app.
Maybe that's the app.
Bumble.
I also have a buddy too that met his now wife on an airplane, and they sat in the same aisle. You know what I mean?
That's the way to do it, man.
That's
truly the way I
you know. So
you gotta do it.
I would say to answer your question, yes, you can 100% find someone who is online to date, right? 100% can. So it's but I don't think it's always easy though, because there's this process that you have to go through, and because it's kind of a pain. You know what I mean? It's kind of a pain to go through that, and you're just spending the time on the app to see, okay, is this worth my time? Is it not worth my time? Et cetera, et cetera.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was weird. I feel like I was talking to no one there for a second.
I know, and you're looking over, and I wasn't there for a second.
I'm looking at Christina over there, and she's just like laughing. I'm laughing. It's all good. We had all good. But anyways, I mean, how about you, man? I'm curious your perspective on this. Like, do you feel, because obviously, you said you're
chronically single.
You're chronically single.
That's the thing now.
I wanted to use your word
chronically
verbatim.
Single.
Yeah, chronically single.
Yeah.
Do you think that you could potentially find the one online?
I think most people, short answer could be yes. Mm-hmm. Do I think that I'll find the one online? No. The reason is, and my mindset is still very similar to the sticky relationships episode that we did, which was like episode 4 or 5 of our show. There's just too much that goes into it. And I think I'm kind of like an onion. There's so many layers to be peeled back. I don't think that you can necessarily gauge who I really am from an online profile. And I obviously, when you said that your buddy had met his now wife on the plane, like that's how I envision meeting my person. It's just like a run-in at Whole Foods or whatever it is, or just
the
meeting somebody
or whatever,
like at the gym or at the rock climbing gym. I'm a more like in-person person, if that makes sense.
100%.
Right? So do I think that I'll meet my one on like Hinge, Bumble or whatever? No, but it's obviously possible.
Yeah.
You, your friend, I know Sean Cleveland had a long relationship off of, Tinder, which is crazy, and all that kind of stuff. So it is possible. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, and from what I've noticed, I mean, obviously I'm not on any dating apps anymore, but I do know when I was on there, they were starting to do some features where you can either do like a video of yourself, or you can do like a voice recording to try to get to know someone a little bit to kind of make it more intimate. I don't know if that actually worked or not, but I do know there's some features that kind of are catering to that need with what you were talking about.
Well, here's also the thing, right? And this kind of goes back to the whole psychological aspect of them. Are dating apps really meant to work? Because if you go on there, let's say you and Tina meet, now you guys are both off the app, and then you go get married. Now they've just lost 2 users. So are they really meant to work?
Wow.
Or is it meant to like give you some sort of maybe satisfaction and find a little something, but then you go right back onto it later after the date and you're swiping, right? So if you really think about that, are they really there to solve the problem or just give you a quick hit?
Well, and then on the flip side of that too, right? Let's say that, right, to add on to what you said, Christina and I met on an app. We go get married. We share our story to someone who's young, single. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to download the app. They're going to go on the app, and maybe they're going to see that they're going to have success. So I feel like it's a kind of never-ending cycle.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
so I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know.
Right?
It's
like
a
a
unique
whole roller
perspective,
coaster.
though. That's a good perspective.
Because I'm pretty sure Hinge's like slogan is the app that's meant to be deleted.
It is. No, it is.
Something like that, right?
Is.
It's or whatever. But then, like, if everybody's going on there and getting happy, then they delete it. Now they're losing users. And just like you said, right, with word of mouth, what we're talking about now, the success stories, it might encourage people to go on there. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of goes into like that next question we have here, though, right? Within that, right? It's the dating burnout. Is why does swiping feel like a job?
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It does feel like a job.
Yeah,
it's exhausting.
I hated it.
It absolutely sucks, especially with what we've talked about the last couple episodes when it comes to sales and like our jobs and all that and the burnout in that. The last thing that I want to do, I'm serious, is like have the feeling of being burnt out, like trying to find a good partner.
Right.
And obviously, just like with everything that we talk about on this show, you have to put effort and work into anything to be successful.
Totally.
Your friendships, relationships, work, in the gym. But like you don't want to like get burnt out, if that makes sense, to the point where like it feels like, oh my God, like I got to go on another date, or oh my gosh, I got to respond to this message. You should have some sort of joy or excitement talking to somebody, right?
It feels like a chore.
You never want it to feel like a chore. Exactly.
No. I and it's funny when Christina and I were on there, it's so literally if our date didn't work out, we both said we were at a phase in life where we were
the craziest part about it.
We were just going to get off. Swear. Like we had that, right, babe? We had that conversation. We're like, this is it. If it doesn't work out, I'm getting off this app.
I feel like at this point we might need to plug in a third mic and just have Tina just.
I think we have a third mic in the other room.
We got a couple mics. No, but like seriously, that will be the funniest story. Like the funniest part of your guys' story is like we were both like. Not even going to go on the date, like kind of like, fuck this, I'm over it, right? But then like, look at what happens.
Yeah. Well,
it's just like when the clock is about to expire, like Steph Curry from 3-quarter court.
Boom.
Nothing but net.
Just huck it up.
Just the last one, right? Last ditch effort. Hail Mary, Jaden Daniels against the Bears.
Oh my God. He had to bring it up. He had to bring it up.
Sorry. I had to bring that up.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, it's
the burnout is real though in dating.
It is.
It's almost to the point where it's like it makes you not even want to do it.
And that's why I think a lot of people are just, I hate to say
don't.
it. There's such a, it's so hard because then there's, and I feel like this is a topic that we're going to be talking about too, but it's just, people just don't want to date nowadays. Yeah. You know what I mean? People just like, just don't want to date. And I think that with what we're going to be transitioning here into in a second, just all the, the perspective of what, social media brings.
The unrealistic expectations that social media has skewed our minds over the years.
Why do you think that is? And it's a deep question.
This is a very deep rabbit hole that we could go down. I think social media has skewed our expectations on life in general, not just dating.
I know. No, I agree.
Right? It's whether it comes with work or the gym, with dating, success, family, whatever it is. It's a very false reality.
Yeah.
You have to realize when you go on social media that like 99% of the shit you're looking at is fake.
So
it's all fake.
Yeah.
It's all filters. It's all like, unless you're watching like Bears highlights or like, you know what I mean? Like highlights on ESPN.
Yeah.
Right. When you're seeing a lot of the stuff, a lot of the people that we're following, a lot of the people that unfortunately society is idolizing, it's all from a very, very like you're seeing what they want you to see. you're seeing the happy moments. You're not seeing the shitty moments, the arguments, the fights. You're seeing the big houses and the nice cars, but you're not seeing the 15 years of work that went into it, and the long, lonely, tireless, whatever the fuck. I can't even talk after that cold tub. The long, like getting no sleep, those nights. So you just have to be able to know when you're on social media. But in regards to this topic, it has skewed expectations for sure.
It's crazy. Well, I think it's hard too. Men are, one thing I think we do a good job of is being vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are being afraid of being vulnerable because they're afraid of being rejected.
Yeah.
But also too, on the social media, there's, at least what I've seen before, it's really shitty. There's a lot of girl pages or women pages are talking about, if a man ever approaches me like this, I'm just going to shut them down, or I'm going to do X, like I'm not going to talk to them. Or if they come with this pickup line, it's like, no wonder why there's statistics of, there's a lot of people who are single as they get old. Like there is. I don't know the exact statistics, but there's this generation, there's a lot of people who are single and lonely, and it's going to be really hard for a lot of these people. But
there's a lot of people that are choosing to be single too.
They are, because of how skewed social media is,
and how much it's begun to just feel like a chore.
It's so sad, man.
I know. It's just like a constant rotation of like going on a couple of dates and then either getting ghosted or like just getting used for some sort of like physical intimacy, or, you know what I mean? Like ego boosts and all that kind of stuff, if that makes sense, from both sides of the party. I'm not just saying from a guy's perspective,
totally,
or from a woman's.
I don't know, man. It's almost like, this kind of popped into my mind, and there may be an idea out there like this. And I'm scared to share this, because if this is a good idea and someone steals it, then there you go. It's a great idea.
We can always bleep it out if it's really good, because I don't know if I know what you're about to say.
But almost like creating some sort of like community with like where single people can just kind of mingle and just like hang out. It's almost like a in-person type.
I think they already have that. It's called Christian Mingle.
Sure.
I think they already have that. It's called church.
Yeah. We got to get back to the roots. No, but seriously, get back to the roots, though.
Yeah, no, 100%,
I know. But
100%.
like getting in, being around those people who are all like-minded, right? That's why I like a lot of like networking events, networking groups, because people are there like-minded.
Yeah.
It's almost the same principle, but within like
sharing
the dating
the same
world.
passions, wanting to go the same directions.
You know, just getting to know people and things of that nature.
I honestly think, going back to what you had asked about finding online, you know, it's going out and really divulging yourself into your passions, right? Like, who knows? Maybe I could meet a girl at the rock climbing gym, or I could meet somebody, you know what I mean? Like at like a streetwear, like a shoe store, like a shoe thing, right?
Yeah,
you know,
shoe
like
event or something,
like,
whatever.
Exactly.
Convention.
And all that kind of stuff, like a big convention, you know, because then you're meeting people who have shared interests, and it's natural and it's organic. It's not just, because I think the biggest thing for me, we talked about this on that episode, Sticky Relationships. The reason why, the biggest con from the dating apps is, one of the best parts about meeting somebody out in the wild, as we'll call it, is that first impression. Yeah. The first impression is the lasting impression. When you're going on dating apps and you're swiping on Bumble, you're trying to match on Hinge, whatever it is, you're almost like nixing that first impression, because now when you match with somebody and you look at their profile, you see the photos, you read the prompts and all this kind of stuff, now you're going into that date with an already preconceived notion on who this guy or girl is going to be, what their personality is going to be like. You're already going in with some sort of judgment, versus like, if I just run into you at Whole Foods, you know, grabbing Vital Farms eggs, like that's just going to be a natural thing. Like, you're going to see me for who I am. You know what I mean? Like, the conversation is going to be 100% natural, and it's going into it with a clean slate. Where when you go into it off of a dating app, I mean, you got a whole bunch of different writing on the wall. That's all in your head. Like, you're already forming some sort of conclusion on what you think I'm going to be like, which could be completely wrong.
It could be.
You know what I mean?
100%, dude. 100%.
That's why I hate it.
I know.
I hate it.
I don't blame you though, man. And I really don't. And again, I think dating apps can be great, but dating apps can also not be great. It depends on the personality.
Yeah.
Right? If you think about it. Because there are some people too, like who travel a lot, and maybe they can meet someone in a different city, and it's like kind of hard. They're just kind of, maybe they're a little bit lonely. They want to just kind of see what's out there, go on a casual date or something. They don't want to go out to try to meet someone, and then you got to try to build up a relationship. You know what I mean? There's so many things that I think there are benefits to having the dating apps, but I do agree to some extent having that organic relationship is good.
Keep it organic and keep it real.
Right. But I mean, I also, obviously I believe in dating apps because I found the one. So, but it is interesting though when we talk about dating, right? When we're going into, building that relationship with someone, right?
Yeah.
There's always green flags and red flags.
Yeah.
When you go into that, right?
There is.
What are some green flags or red flags that you look for that you notice within a relationship?
Yeah. I feel it's so funny. I was telling you, I was just having this conversation the other night at dinner with one of my coworkers. My green flags and my red flags go hand in hand, right? Because like the red flags are going to be opposite of the green flags.
Naturally, right?
The biggest thing for me when it comes to anything with the green flag is just somebody being passionate about something, regardless of whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be from a monetary standpoint. I just want you to be passionate about something, right? Whether that's playing the guitar, whether that's, writing, reading, hiking, photography, movies, whatever it is, just be passionate about something, right? Or your job. And then obviously I would say the red flag is like the opposite of that, like having no drive, having no quote unquote like sense of like purpose, and like not chasing after anything. And like I said, the biggest part of that doesn't even have to be for monetary gain. I don't care. You know what I mean? If you're trying to, whatever it is, become like the biggest guitar player or whatever, like just do something that makes you happy. I find that so attractive. Like somebody that's just into something and like they sink their teeth into it.
Yeah.
I would say honestly, another green flag for me is like someone who could be extremely silly. Personality is everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause like I got a big personality. I got a big thing. And so somebody that's be able to match that energy, big energy is what I was looking for, right? So be somebody that's able to match that. And then obviously the other is, I'm not saying you got to be a huge like extrovert or overly rambunctious, but just like be funky, be spunky, be fun, right?
Even if it's just in like a...
Whether it's just with me and you,
exactly.
Right? Like in an intimate setting, like just be silly and be goofy.
Yes.
What about you?
Yeah. I think, the first, a green flag is that if she gets absolutely wasted on the first date... It's a big green flag.
Great green flag.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Is that what Tina did on the first night?
No, she didn't.
She had the barefoot wine and put down 2 bottles, and she was like, "Wait,
no." Actually, on our first date, she did have you did have 2, but you weren't wasted or annihilated. I was being completely sarcastic there, by the way. If for me, a big green flag is that if she's a down to earth person, and she's really close with her family. Yeah, family is big for me.
Yes.
Family is huge. Yes. So when Christina and I met, and she has 2 siblings, I have 2 siblings. She's really close with her family. That was something that really stood out to me.
That's a big one, brother.
And that was huge. The fact that she also likes sports, I like sports too. You don't have to play sports. So if you're down to watch sports,
just down to watch it and learn about
it, right? Yeah. Christina loves the Chicago Bulls. And it's sad that we suck, but she loves the Chicago Bulls. She's willing to make sacrifices to watch, the Bears. Yeah. I gotta make some sacrifices to watch The Bachelor. Something we gotta work on.
But then after a couple episodes, you're like, damn, like when's the new one coming out? You know what I mean?
Kidding. But the big thing for me is just really like my core values, right? Is just family. Sports, being vulnerable and communicating, even if you are working to be vulnerable, it doesn't have to, if you see yourself building and growing with that person, I think that's huge. I think a lot of people, when they go into dating, they have in their mind what they want the person to be like, and they're trying to find that right away.
100%.
As opposed to finding someone that has the core principles, the fundamental values that you're looking for, and you can grow together. Yeah. And reach those goals.
100%.
That's something I've noticed.
You know what's actually the biggest red flag for me that I just thought?
What?
Is somebody that's rude to people out in public. Rude to waiters, who's like just rude to like regular strangers and things of that nature. When we're walking through, I'd be like, ugh. Like, I'm out. Check, please. And we're going to split this. Right? No, seriously. Like, that's the truest thing, though. Like, if I'm at a restaurant and somebody is rude to the waiters, I will, like, literally say something. I would, like, call the waiter back and be like, no, you're going to apologize. Yeah. And then, actually, you're going to pay for this dinner, and I'm going to leave. Yeah, right. Right? Because, like, that is the biggest thing for me. Part of that, I think, is because I've worked in restaurants. I know what it's like to be on the other end of that.
Perspective for you.
I will, like, never, ever, ever, even if I'm in the horrible mood, I will never disrespect anybody in the service industry ever.
Have you ever been on a date with someone who has disrespected a waiter? No. Good.
I've had people that get kind of like a little attitudey, but I've never like been with somebody who's like downright like disrespectful. I'm so happy that I haven't, because like I might actually toss a fit.
I was gonna say there's going to be a side, I think, of you that's going to come out that you maybe don't want to get to in terms of that frustration and anger, but it's something that obviously you know, I get it.
I think piggybacking off of what you said, a green flag for me is somebody that it kind of goes along with the whole personality thing. Somebody who can be extremely goofy. And then like literally 2 minutes later, we can also have like an extremely deep, like real vulnerable conversation about like whatever it is, like the past or just like life in general, and like do all of that.
Totally.
Somebody who can cover like that full spectrum, like being super silly and then also being super serious.
Yeah.
Just like someone who I just enjoy their company. Doesn't matter what we do, whether we're running to Target, we're running to Whole Foods, we're going to sports games, we're going out to nice dinners, just always just having fun. Yeah. And obviously nothing's ever going to be like peaches and rainbows always.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But, and somebody who can communicate.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. And I like too, it's just like you can go out and just have fun. Like for example, the other day, Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, right? We went to Funway in Batavia, and we just just played arcades, just had
so
fun.
Much fun.
We're just like, I was like, you know what, babe?
Did you dominate the games or?
I did. Well,
he was looking over like, wait, really though? Did you?
No,
because she got your ass on skee ball.
Oh yeah, Christina actually did get me on skee ball.
How did I know that?
Because you asked her. I know you talked.
Yeah,
you guys had to talk. I know.
She told me.
I figured. No, Christina, and it's funny because Christina says she's not good at skee ball, but hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to roll that dice. It comes up double sixes.
Literally.
Whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like that. Just being spontaneous, doing random fun things like that. Just enjoying life, dude. So
let me ask you this, right? The friend zone. What does that mean? Does the friend zone necessarily have to be like negative connotation or like disrespectful? Have you guys ever, because I know you guys are retired now, but like when you were in the dating scene, did you ever go on a date with somebody and like realize, hey, this isn't going to be anything other than platonic? Like, let's just be friends.
No, I'm really thinking about that because
I don't think the friend zone necessarily has to be like a negative thing. It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. And I'm gonna, and this is my opinion as I get older, and maybe it's changed because I'm approaching 60 soon. You know what I mean? I'm really old.
I'm right behind you. Yeah.
48. But I look at it from this vantage point as like if I'm in the dating world, I have enough friends as it is.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed with my friends. And like I look at it from the perspective of like, do I want to take the time to build a friendship with this individual?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that I can't. It's just I just don't know if I want to put my time and energy there.
But would you want to close off that door?
I don't know,
because you never know what that relationship could bring. You never know the kind of connections.
That's
or
true.
Like where the paths could cross in some other form outside of like building an intimate relationship. Like the way that I'm asking is like, let's say that like you match with a girl, you match with a guy on a dating app, and you talk, you have really fun banter or whatever, and then you guys go meet up on a date, and you go out on the first date, and you realize after about an hour, right? You're like, this is kind of just like giving friend vibes. Mm-hmm. So like instead of us trying to force something that's going to like not work out, like why don't we just be friends?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
No,
like
totally.
That's kind of like what happened with
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, again, I for me, I feel it depends on the situation where you're at in terms of like your mentality with the whole circumstances. Again, you can. I think that there is mutual benefit in doing that.
Yeah, 100%.
But again, it goes back to you have to communicate and be open.
You have
with
to be
that.
completely
because you got to think about it too, right? Because you could say that.
Yeah.
I could be completely fine with that.
But then the other person,
she could say she's fine with it in quotes, but she's really not. And then you're going down this path of, okay, they're starting to have these feelings for you, or you're not. And then because you know what I mean. So I think it teeters. It could be good. It could be bad.
That's where going back to the communication is huge.
100%.
Right? Because if you snip it in the butt early rather than like after, it's a little bit different after maybe 10 or 12 dates. Totally. But like on like a first date, maybe a second date. Like, hey, listen, like I really enjoy hanging out with you and talking. We have a good time together, but I just feel like maybe this isn't going to be a super like intimate relationship. Mm-hmm. Why don't we just kind of keep it platonic and just be friends?
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
The friend zone, that's kind of my thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like it's your thing.
I friend zone a lot of people, but it's because I'm not gonna force something that I don't genuinely think is gonna be there. Totally. So I'd rather just be honest and upfront with you. Like, hey, listen, we've hung out a couple times, we've gone on a couple dates, cool. Yeah. But like, I don't see this being anything other than platonic. So like, let's just be good friends.
Right.
If that's something you're open to, right?
And that's a good question.
They call me Mr. Friendzone. They call me Mr. Friendzone.
Mr. Friendzone.
Mr. Friendzone, because that's my thing, bro.
Yeah.
No, but I'll never force something that's not 100% there.
Nah, no, you can't. It's 100%, dude. Yeah, you can't do that. But
know another thing though? What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say the communication aspect.
Yeah, communication is key.
Yeah.
Another thing though that will always be there no matter what, right? First couple dates, whatever it is, whether I put you in the friend zone, I'll always be chivalrous. Is chivalry dead in 2024, almost 2025?
No, sir.
No, sir. No hesitation. If you say yes, you're a maggot.
Maggot.
You're a maggot.
And we don't like you.
And we don't like you.
You're shunned.
The way that I was raised, always respect women. Always respect everybody, right? And I'm just saying it from a heterosexual male perspective.
Yes.
Always respect. Always respect women. You have to preface that, bro. Come on. You know that, right?
So true.
No, seriously though. That's the way that my dad raised me. Shout out Pops.
Randy.
Always respect women.
Well, let me ask you this real quick.
Do the little things.
What's one or two little things that you do for your date, for an example?
It's like little things that are just such common sense. You would be so surprised, like how many times like I've just like opened like my car door or like the door to restaurants, and a girl's like, "Oh my god, like what? Guy's never done that." Or like surprising girls like with flowers or like little small compliments and just like walking on the inside part of the street and all that kind of stuff.
Totally.
Just the way that I was raised, just how to treat a woman, right?
Simple as that.
Just doing the little things like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of people out there that don't do that.
For whatever reason.
Unfortunately.
That's sad.
Right?
That's sad, man. That stinks.
Yeah.
But
chivalry is never dead, and it should never die.
It should never die is right.
Yeah.
And even just like holding the door open. The car door. You know, one thing that I do with Christina, I learned this from my dad a long time ago, is that it seems kind of silly, but like my whole philosophy behind it makes sense. So if let's say like you're walking down the street, right? You're walking down the street with your partner, and let's say it's like Chicago for an example, right? Or wherever. Like I'm always on the outside. Always. Like if there's cars, I have her on the inside because my mindset is like I want to protect her if something were to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's just say, God forbid, a car is like driving and it comes off the road, is going to be, coming towards us. I want to be able to push her out of the way.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a terrible example that I'm giving here. But
wait, I'm so confused.
Okay. So
maybe I have it backwards. Is the guy supposed to walk on the inside or the outside?
I'm closest to the car. I'm closest to the outside.
So you said outside. So you're walking on the inside. So if I'm walking down the street, right? I see. If I'm walking down the street and the road's here, the girl's here closest to the building.
Yeah, which is the inside. Right?
The guys are on the inside. Tina's on the outside. You said that you're on the outside.
Yeah.
Right? So then you push her out of the way into the building, and then the car hits you. No, right?
Like no, seriously. Yes, exactly.
Okay. So we had it the right way.
100%. I may have just
in the chat. Put in the chat. Right.
I may have miscommunicated that.
Okay.
But yes, that it's something small.
That's
like
what
that.
I was talking about.
Yes, 100%.
On the inside, I've always closest to the street.
I'm just going to say closest to the street because closest to the street. I always walk closest to the street no matter what.
Yep.
I always do. So that's something little that my dad taught me.
Yep.
Either I watched him do that with my mom when I was younger, or he just told me that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I've always done that though.
Yeah.
That's a little thing that I do too.
Funny.
Wow, that took a long time to get that out.
That is funny. Get that out. It's after the cold tub, man. The dopamine's wearing off.
Holy cow!
But it's really funny.
Yeah. One thing that I really, 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 really want to do, and I think we've planted the seed a little bit, but I really want to get a woman on here and get her perspective on a lot of these things.
A woman's perspective would be amazing.
Just have an open dialogue, right? It just
to learn more from their perspective. Yeah. What does all this look like?
What are some things that they see, and do we agree or disagree? Can we have a civil conversation? Let's do that.
I would love that.
I would love to do that in the near future in season 3. That's our goal.
Yes.
Season 3, we have to have that.
I feel like I got a couple people in mind that I want to get on.
Yeah, me too.
It's just a scheduling thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's tough. But, dude, having that would be, I think,
we've dangled the carrot for about 34 minutes.
Yeah,
we did. I love that.
I love that too, man. Wow, great episode.
It's a great episode. No, this really is a big topic. It's something that's extremely relatable.
It's interesting for people too.
It's interesting for people too because everybody's got a different take.
Totally.
Everybody's got a different opinion on this.
Yes.
Overall central theme that's like at the core because everybody's trying to find love.
Everyone is.
We all are trying to find love.
People just want to be loved.
People just want to be loved, man.
That's it. Loved and heard.
Loved, heard, and respected.
Yes, that's it. Simple as that.
That's it. You know what I mean?
100%, brother.
But I think we'll dangle the carrot. We'll leave that one right there. We're getting a little slap happy and giggly. This has been a really fun episode, as always. I think it's honestly because of the cold tub.
It really is.
But thank you guys so much for tuning back in and taking another step with us on your journey, on this journey, whatever journey you are on. As I say every single time, we really appreciate the continuous support. We know that the audience is growing. It really motivates me and Coleton to want to continue to keep doing this thing, delivering amazing nuggets, fun episodes like this, and then also serious ones and things that you guys can walk away with. As you guys know, new episodes every single Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing and watching live on Twitch.
Yeah, buddy.
Just for the people that follow us on social media, I do post the Twitch links. Usually we record on Sundays before we go live. So if you ever want to tune in, be on the lookout for that. But thank you guys so much. As you guys know, new episodes every single Tuesday. We'll catch you on the next one. We love you guys.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Yes, brother. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Wait.